Season 18 of Overwatch 2 is dropping next week, and I got to try all of the new perks and balancing changes. These are all of the support changes. Let's have a look. Season 18 is going to be packed, and I got an early look at all of the perks and balancing changes that we can expect in Season 18 for the support heroes. I already have a video up on the tanks and on the DPS, and I'm working on other videos with stadium changes, powers and items for the new stadium heroes, and much more. So make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's get started. Alright, we're starting out with Ana. She got a new minor perk, Speed Serum. Nano Boost grants 40% movement speed to both Ana and her target. So what that is going to look like is that you nano a friendly target, they will be moving 40% faster, but so will I. I mean, this guy's a little lazy, he's not moving, but you catch the drift. But since there was a new minor perk, well, one of the other minor perks had to move. So Shrike was completely removed, the major perk, the one where you would nano yourself. Sadly, that's gone. And Biotic Bounce, which used to be a minor perk, was upgraded to a major perk. So after exploding, Biotic Grenade bounces and explodes again for 60 damage and healing. That's up from 25. Look at that. Beautiful. Big fan of this one. Although I'm going to miss Shrike. When it comes to Baptiste, his Field Medicine minor perk was removed. It has a new minor perk that's called Biotic Reloader. Hitting an entire 3-round burst reloads a healing projectile. Healing projectile direct hits reload 3 primary fire ammo. So it basically can set up a bit of a rotation. Let's say I used 1 grenade. So for every 3 shots, I'm going to get that grenade back that I just used. But also the other way around, if I hit a direct heal, I'm actually going to recharge my bullets. As you can see, you're definitely going to cut into your reload time. Now his other minor perk was actually changed, Automated Healing. Using an ability triggers Baptiste's shoulder turret, periodically firing up to 3 shots at allies, each restoring 25 health. The change is that now it will work with any ability. You used to have to use your amplification field to trigger it. So if I do my self heal, there it is. Mortality field, there it is. And then ultimate, there it is. Brigitte. Her Barrier Restoration minor perk was removed and replaced by Combat Medic. Melee attack reduces the cooldown of Repair Pack by 0.5 seconds. There's one like that in her Stadium build, but more about that in a different video. If you've kind of thrown all your med packs, and then you'll see that they replenish way faster as you melee. Which is basically the way you want to play Brigitte. So that is definitely going to help out. And for her major perks, Quick Fix was removed and replaced by Inspiring Strike. Shield Bash grants 30% increased movement speed for 2 seconds. Inspire's healing is instant when activated by Shield Bash. Another very obvious one. Yeah. You're going to be doing a lot of shield bashing. And get away with it because you're going to be moving faster. For Illari, she only got major perk changes. Her solar power was actually removed and replaced with Solar Flare. Press left click when using Solar Rifle's Healing Beam. Consume all energy, healing allies in front of Illari for up to 120 healing. So you're basically sacrificing all of your resources to do a huge healing boost. When you're healing, use your main fire. That is going to give a huge boost of healing, but all of your resources is going to be depleted instantly. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous! Juno. Reboots, the minor perk was removed and replaced by Locked On, which used to be a major perk. Reduce the cooldown of pulsar torpedoes by 1 second for each enemy hit. That used to be 1.5 seconds. So basically, the more targets you can hit with your torpedoes, the shorter the cooldown will be. Now when it comes to her majors, Master Blaster was removed, leaving her with 2 new major perks. The first one is called Liftoff. Martian Overboots can now triple jump. I think that is pretty clear. And then Faster Blaster, that's the one we're going to test right now. While Glide Boost is active, Medi Blaster fires continuously, so it becomes a bit of an automatic rifle. So this is how you're usually shooting, little bursts. But if you use Glide Boost, you get a continuous shot. Which is not only going to do a huge amount of DPS, but it's also going to help you to do a massive amount of healing. Look at that. For Kiriko, there's only major perk changes. Shuffling was removed. There's a new major perk called Ready Step. Swift Step grants Kiriko 40% increased attack and reload speed for 2 seconds. So if you teleport to someone, for a short time, you'll be doing more damage. And then for the second one, Foxtrot. Protection, Suzu grants allies 100% increased cooldown recovery and 30% increased movement speed for 3 seconds. That is pretty big. You're going to reset all the cooldowns for whoever you hit with your Suzu belts. Lifeweaver. He got some general changes. His health was reduced, at least his base health, from 225 to 200. And then when it comes to his perks, his life cycle mana perk was removed. His life weaving, which used to be a major perk, is made into a minor perk. Rejuvenating dash adds 20 healing to your next healing blossom within 3 seconds. When it was a major perk, that was actually 40 healing. But yeah, if you use your dash, the first heal is going to hit with 20 extra. Now, because that major perk became a minor perk, there's a new major perk. It's called Paddle Power. Allies gain 25% attack speed while standing on a raised paddle platform. So this is our speed off.
Thorns in the face are an inconvenience.
This is our speed on.
I'm on fire.
Definitely noticeable. And a good reason to stand on a platform, I guess. Lucio. His bass blowout sadly was removed, but it was replaced with something interesting. Soundwave Rider. Wall riding empowers your next sound wave, increasing its knockback by 25% and damage by 50. You need to work for it. You need to earn it. You're going to notice it. There's a little meter and it fills up, and then you see this effect. Instead of that 15 that you get before with base blowout, you're going to get 25% extra knockback and 50% damage. So people are going to fly. And the thing is, working for it means do wall riding. Once you have it, once you have that charge, you fill up that meter, you see that animation, you know it's primed. You're ready to rock. You're ready to go. Ready to make him fly. And look at that. Mercy. Her winged reach minor perk was removed and replaced by divine momentum, increasing Mercy's travel speed by 15% after cancelling Guardian Angel. So if you do your super jump, that is going to help you out. Moira had both of her minor perks removed, Vanish and Uprush, but they came back in a different way. First, let's look at her new minor perks. Destruction Divide. Coalescence can be toggled between pure healing and pure damage with 25% greater effect. That is something that we already saw in Stadium. And then Ethical Nourishment. Biotic Orb's first 30 healing is instant on each ally it encounters. That used to be a major perk that they made into a minor perk. And when it was a major perk, it was 50 healing instead of 30. But yeah, let's give Destruction Divide a try. So if you set off your ult and you do nothing, it's going to be the normal one. But as soon as you make a choice, left click is healing, right click is damage, you're going to get 25% extra. Which is not bad. So you basically have all the options. It's up to you. Alright, but then the major perks. So Phantom Step is actually the combination of the previous minor perks, Vanish and Uprush. Fade lasts 0.5 seconds longer and boosts jumps by 50%. But we got a new major perk called Reversal. Reactivating Biotic Orb reverses its direction. I think that the text kind of undersells it. Let me show you. So, if you have your orb, you set it that way, you have it bounce around a little bit, you press E, it actually is going to follow that same exact path that it did coming in. If you do that in a hallway, it's going to be devastating. And then there's Wuyang, the new hero. He got some general changes after the playtest he did last week, and overall, from what I've been saying, the playtest went rather well. So he did a lot better than some people think he did. I've heard a lot of people complain about the fact that his healing was not enough, that his damage was not enough, but turns out, just as I said in my videos, he's doing just fine. I was worried that they were going to change him too much, but they did not. So I'm quite happy. First of all, quick melee now interrupts controlling the water orb and channeling restorative stream, which I didn't even know was not possible before. But anyways, that is the case now. Rushing turn, the initial speed boost and activation is increased by 50% and the jump height was increased by 2 meters. Let me show you. So that is basically his little traveling wave. But yeah, as you can tell, that initial boost is way stronger and I can jump a lot higher than I could before. Then for Guardian Wave, decreased the maximum range by 5 meters. As Shockwave drop heights increased from 3 meters to 20 meters. Now, what does this all mean? Well, so that is his E. They nerfed the distance that the wave will travel, but look, it is still traveling pretty far. During the test, I found it sometimes to be ridiculously far. I'm okay with this change, especially because I use ebb and flow. And the second part, it just means that you can be up here and use it, and it will still move forward. So that it can drop up to 20 meters and continue doing its job. And then his ultimate Tidal Blast, the self-usage time decreased from 0.8 to 0.6 seconds. So if you use your ult on yourself,
Reverse the tide.
the animation is going to be slightly shorter. I'm happy with these changes. Okay, Zenyatta, he got a general change. The ultimate cost is increased by 9%, so it's going to take a little longer for you to get your ultimate. Now when it comes to his perks, sadly Zenith Kick was removed. I love that one. And it was replaced by Transcendent Condemnation. While using Transcendence, apply Discord Orb to all enemies within range. That's one that we've seen from Stadium. Basically, if you do Transcendence, you're going to put a Discord Orb on anybody that is within range. If you move away from them, the Discord Orb is going to disappear, so you need to stay around. And then for his major perks, Duality was removed. I love that one too. And it was replaced by Dual Harmony, another one they had in Stadium, where you get a second Harmony Orb, but both of them will only heal at 70% effectiveness. But you can put 2 orbs on your team. So if you have 2 people that are getting a little too rambunctious, you can keep them in check. I mean, not bad, but I might have liked the old ones better. I don't know. And that was it for all of the support heroes. Now tell me, what do you think about these new perks? Let me know in the comments, or come tell me during my streams over on twitch.tv/DeemziesTV. I'll see you there. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.